All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she be down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is J.H. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling hairy today? Let's talk. Go to the pinned comment. Some people need it. What's going on? When I say I deal with everything USPS, that's kind of my thing. And this video was for everybody that is APWU represented. Every employee who has been feeling like we've been left in the damn dark. Finally, I got a little bit of light for you. Big Poppy figured it out. Didn't figure it out. I just had a conversation with the president of my local. Listen, it takes time for everything. So if you don't see me put a video out about it, that means I don't have the information. But now I got some information. USPS and APWU have officially stopped the clock. Y'all kind of knew that, right? Meaning we passed the deadline, but they're not done negotiating. Stop the clock, for those that don't know, regardless of your craft, is basically our old contract continues on. It stays in place until we get a new contract. But they stopped the clock. They said we can't do anymore. They passed the deadline. And they're not done negotiating, right? Sounds hopeful. But here's the thing. Just like you guys have been asking, we still don't know a damn thing about what either side actually proposed. None. We don't know nothing. We got people going in, we got the PVO positions, we got expediters going into buildings that we never had before. People don't know their job duties, so we're gonna break it down. Listen, stop the clock for any union means negotiations continue past the contract expiration, but it's also a stall tactic. Now we're headed straight to arbitration. You at least with the NALC, they had something, they got to vote it down. But here's the real problem. We have zero visibility into what APWU asked for. I was bigging up Diamondstein up until a certain point because he was giving updates. Then it got political. I understand, you gotta pander to some people, but you're still not dealing with the issue at hand. We have zero clue as to what the USPS countered their offer with, right? We don't know what they're fighting for or what they're giving back to the post office. So you understand, if you get something, you got to give something. That's kind of the thing. This is your contract and your future, and we're supposed to trust that process of transparency. Man, it sounds like I talked about this about a year ago when I was dealing with the NALC, but that's not how it works. Apparently this whole new regime, this whole new era is just totally different. The last contract cycle, we saw public updates. They let us know what's going on. And even up to a certain point, Diamondstein was letting us know what's going on. But now it's radio silence. Meanwhile, you got a bunch of people getting excess from their job. And I've got a video about that in a little while. PSEs and TTOs and clerks, they're stuck in limbo. We have no idea what's happening. Automation is clearly creeping in. I know in my plant, 8 or 12 jobs were abolished. Jobs were abolished just because of the automation. Management is tightening everything. Discipline, hours, staffing. They're working off of minimal because that's the directive that was given down to them from above. But now it's headed to arbitration, and that's dangerous. Let me explain to you why. Because an arbitrator doesn't give two damns about your pain. They don't clock in at 3 a.m. They don't sit there and deal with management. They're not dealing with the bathrooms not working at the plants. Oh, Carriers, you didn't realize that these people got to deal with that. Carriers, it's off topic for a second, but a carrier says their job is difficult, but they wouldn't switch with a mail handler that comes in at 11 o'clock at night. No, you ain't gonna do that. You'll lose your damn mind. There's a purpose for each of us. Just don't forget that. They're gonna make decisions based on economic viability and comparability to the private sector, not your worth. And they have not done anything compared to the private sector if you looked at the NALC contract. Think about that. The NALC contract, if they would have followed what the private sector makes, the carriers would have been making probably about $10 an hour more. They're not following that. Also, think about what the arbitrator did for them. He didn't give them much more. He gave them that 1.3%. Man, listen, let me be 100% clear and transparent, because there's always some jerk off that talks about he's a union, he don't like unions, he's anti-union. Shut your face, clown. I support the unions, but I do not support blind loyalty. That's a sheep. Blind loyalty. Members pay dues. Members deliver the mail. Members move the mail. Truck drivers move the mail. And members deserve full transparency. I cannot believe that I'm talking about this a second time, because we just dealt with this with the NALC. If the APWU leadership wants your trust, because we have multiple crafts. Yes, NALC has a bunch of carriers, but they carry a mail. We have multiple crafts that have subcrafts in them. Think about it. MVS, that's transportation. They have TTOs, MVOs, PVOs. You got maintenance, which just breaks off into 500 different crafts. You got different clerks. Come on, let's talk about it, baby. Release the original proposal. Let people know this is what we brought to the table. Hey, this is what we're asking them. This piece of paper right here is what we're asking them. Y'all didn't get a chance to vote on it, but this is what we asked for. Show us. And then say, hey, look, this is what their counteroffer was. Tell us what you fought for. Come on now, talk to us, man. Tell us what you fought for, and tell us what they denied. We don't want no arbitrator. If we're stuck dealing with an arbitrator, fine. We ain't got no choice in it, which sucks. But tell us what's going on. There's no more behind the curtain bullshit. You don't work for management. You work for the dues paying members. You're not getting it, man. Y'all say that you are fighting against the administration in the White House right now because they want to get rid of unions. They want to get. Listen, at this point, the members are fed up with their own unions. And y'all are just making it easier because it looks like you're doing some backroom deals. I used to talk about this 3-4 years ago, backroom deals. And now you're showing us that you're doing backroom deals. And don't even say, hey, look, truck driver, we want to bring you guys up to a level 9. This is what we're requesting. This is what we're requesting. They said no. Say that. Clerks, listen, you guys are making $25 an hour. We asked for 30. They said no. They said they would only give you 26. We were not going to accept that. Tell us what you were doing. Mechanics, the cream of the crop. Electricians, y'all making $38 an hour. We wanted y'all to get $45 an hour. They only offered 39. So this is why we're at a stalemate right now. Stop the clock means stalemate. But we don't even know what you were fighting for. Talk to me, baby. I like to keep it all the way real. I've been trying to watch these negotiations closely and carefully. And it's a shame. This is my union. I don't even have an inside ear to tell me what they're negotiating about. I'm out there protesting with them. Keep your hands off our post office. Why? Because shit, we don't know what the post office is anymore. And the more stuff that I'm getting behind the scenes and learning about, I'm wondering how the unions are allowing this stuff to happen. Listen, they both just stopped the clock on negotiations. And nobody knows what the actual proposals were. That's a problem. That's a problem. I have friends that are in the union that don't even know what's going on. Presidents that don't even know what's going on. Diamondstein, big dog. I don't pander to nobody. Not one person. I gave you props because initially it sounded like you were doing your thing. Right now, you need to come out and say something. I know you got your people that watch, but you need to say something. You need to put out a piece of paper, because just like all them other people over on the NALC side had all those leaks, I'm sure there's people that are ready to leak whatever's going on behind the scenes over there. But we don't need to go that route. We just want you to do what they voted you in there for, just to be transparent, negotiate on behalf of the APWU. Listen, this is JH. I said I had news about it. That's not the news you wanted, but it is news nonetheless. Y'all have yourself a good rest of your day. Tell me what you think. I'm out.